I don't read my books backwards. I like going to the next chapter, not the previous one. Priyanka Chopra. Do you remember when you were a kid and you would run to the car door as fast as you could? You yanked on the locked car door as hard as possible over and over again, all in hopes of beating your sibling and sitting shotgun. Maybe you weren't that kid, but I'm sure you've definitely seen one like that, seemingly recklessly impatient. Well, I hate to break it to you, but that tendency doesn't end in childhood. It continues throughout teen years and even adulthood. How often do we try with all our might and repetitively bang on doors which have been closed in our lives? We may unconsciously acknowledge all the faults in our previous plans or already be aware of the numerous problems within a past job, hobby, or relationship. However, we still often yearn to go back. Why do we do this? Today we will talk about what to do when a door is shut in one's life, and the ways in which we can grow from those seemingly unfavorable circumstances. Number 1. Have a moment of reflection. Taking time to slow down and understand the situation from all points of view is necessary in all closed-door moments. For instance, what did you learn while in the circumstance? Are you taking notes on what to keep in mind for next time? In going through breakups, I would say to myself, okay, that door is closed for a reason. I prayed about it, and they weren't the one. Time to move on and learn from it. I think that's the best part of making mistakes and facing trials in life. We can recognize and reflect and remember. We must remember that we are each on our own journey, and with enough hard work, everything will fall into place if we have faith. I think one important idea I'm still learning is figuring out what I want and being brave enough to ask for it. For example, in relationships, making a list of must-have qualities is important. For example, communicative, intelligent, loving, strong morals. In jobs, knowing your worth and abilities is essential. Pursuing what you want and feel called to do is a dream which should not be run over and kept in the rear view. Only harmful relationships and past lived and learned experiences may be left in the dust. Number 2, don't pick the lock. An unfortunate human tendency is that we may often seek closure from circumstances which we didn't fully understand or see from all perspectives. The important thing to remember is that we don't need that to move on. We can simply live off what we know, who we want to be with, and who we want to be. Would you peel open the scab of a wound that's been fighting its way to heal over? No, that would be ridiculous because it hurts you. If you were cut by an unknown force, maybe a hidden thorn, you wouldn't try to go chase it down and see why it did that to you. It's not personal. So it's best to simply gracefully grieve, momentously move on, and happily heal. In the movie Over the Hedge, RJ the raccoon is indebted to a bear and owes him a wagon full of food which he stole. In his mission to repay him, he tricks a group of animals to steal food from the human's household. While this initially seems like a good idea to RJ, the animals eventually get trapped and taken away. This idea represents how we may all think that sneakily going back to our old ways and opening closed doors will give us what we once had. However, this isn't true. We can't always relive those memories in real life because new ones are meant to be had, not always with the same people. Additionally, there's character growth within RJ by the end of the movie. He's shown that family and friendship should be placed over personal materialistic desires. We can all strive to emulate that by recognizing who and what is most important in our lives. Rather than trying to pick the lock of our own metaphorical doors, let's pick the right people. What is worthwhile requires work, but remember, you don't have to force the right one to stay. They just will. Number 3, value what's next. As life is full of redirections, there will also be opportunities for new chapters to be written. There's a quote known to be from Alexander Graham Bell, which says, When one door closes, another door opens. But we so often look so long and so regretfully upon the closed door that we do not see the ones which open for us. How often do we do this? We should all find the value in tomorrow rather than continuing to stare into the rearview mirror of the past. If we did so while driving, we would crash, right? I think that applies to life as well. When the thoughts of the already personally evaluated past arise, put it away. Living in the moment takes practice, but it's important because we're actively striving to eliminate distractions. Additionally, we must also get rid of the clutter which lives in our minds. If one still holds on to past relationships, how are they going to make room for new and better ones? Often, we need to open the door of a moving van and haul out what is plaguing our thoughts and worrying us. Or simply open a window and launch any distracting voice of discouragement right outside, which leads me into my next point. Number 4, you're divinely loved. There's a saying which goes, "When one door closes, a window opens." This signifies constant ways of opportunity for us to take if we so choose. Additionally, a quote by Paul Smith says, "When life closes a door, God opens a window." I resonate a lot more with the latter quote because it is so true. It also alludes to how life's events are capricious and often out of our control. What we can do is use every opportunity as a chance for growth. God is with us every step of the way and never leaves us stranded. There's always a window open for us, if we have the keenness and humility to recognize it. In addition to our actions, our perspectives can be altered. I love this idea, which Matthew Hussey also elaborates on, and that is the question, is this a breakup or a breakthrough? Sometimes we take an alteration to our life and blow it out of proportion. At first, many of our lost opportunities seem like a 10-ton impact on our hearts. In this, we need an accommodation to our perspectives. When we actively look at unpleasant events as a breakthrough, rather than heartbreakers, we become stronger and more grateful. When we're confused or concerned, we have the reassuring fact that we can always seek guidance and truth. James 1:5 says, "If any of you lack wisdom, let him ask of God, that giveth to all men liberally, and upbraideth not, and it shall be given him." So here's your TF challenge, today through forever. This week, look at things from a new lens. Take the time to evaluate past situations, learn from them, and treat them as a beneficial breakthrough. Stop breaking down old doors which deep down you know aren't best for you, and seek out opportunities which build you up, foster love, and make you great despite our society.